Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Options Professor podcast. This is Damien, and today is Sunday, August 23rd. This is my watch list for the week. And as I open up the futures here, NASDAQ futures, it looks like this is kind of just floating up. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see the QQQ and NASDAQ open up higher Monday morning. So something to watch with tech and obviously Apple and Tesla playing a big part in this. I'll address those two stocks at the end of this podcast. S&P futures also drifting up a little bit. So we take a look at the S&P futures. We closed Friday right around 33.92, and already we're up to 3,400. So I fully expect Monday morning we're going to open up higher unless something drastic happens overnight. Okay, so I've got three stocks that I've identified for a bullish play and then three for a bearish play. Now, I have to admit I did cheat this week and entered some of these trades Friday right before close. And the reason why I did that was because last week when I put out this watch list Sunday, I couldn't get into them Monday. And that's been happening the past couple of weeks. You know, if you go back to my previous podcast, I called out some of the home builders, TOL and LEN, Toll Brothers and Lennar. And I wanted to get into those bullish, but they had taken off so fast I couldn't sell for credit or do a debit spread. So this week what I did was entered some of these stocks a little bit early. And the first one is YETI, YETI. And YETI, I sold the 50. So right here, the 50 level, I did a 50-48 put spread. And I'm playing this to stay above 50. So if you see where my 50 moving average is right over 50, I'm playing for that to hold with range to move up to maybe 53. Okay, so I'm already in this one. I think I got, I can't remember, I think maybe about 66 cents credit for that. Okay. Second one on my list is one that I was in last week, and I just kind of hit this one again. It's Accenture, ACN. So Accenture closed Friday at 237.49, and what I ended up doing was taking a 235 put spread. And if you see right below 235 is the 50 moving average, sitting currently at 234. I kind of see this, obviously, it's going to keep going up, and eventually 235 is going to be the 50 moving average. So I chose the 235 for it to hold one more week. I think it does have range to get up to 240, especially if this market keeps going, keeps grinding higher. The stock will probably go with it. Okay, previous week I had gotten decent credit at the 227.50, but that's too far away now, so I had to move this up for this week. All right, now the third one is CME. In CME, I'm watching, again, the 50 moving average and the 200 moving average. It's above both of those. Closed Friday at 173.87. So I kind of like to maybe get some credit at 172 or 170, depending on if there is enough premium here. But so 170 I like. 172 is a little bit more aggressive. It's not too bad. It does have range to get up to the 177 level. So this is one to watch. I'm not currently in this one, but I'll take a look at it tomorrow morning when the market opens up. All right, and three bearish stocks. AXP, and I think I had this bearish before in a previous watch list. It's just been on a complete downtrend here for the past 2 weeks, and now it's below the 200 moving average. It closed Friday at 96.16. The 200 moving average is at 97. So I'd like to see this hit a resistance of 98, maybe sell a put spread, or sorry, call spread at 98. And then has range down to 95, possibly 94, even 94. All right, so I'm looking at AXP to continue to move down, or at least float sideways here and maybe I can get some credit at 98 or 97.50, whatever's available tomorrow. Roku, and Roku's burned me in the past, so kind of being careful with this one. Roku is staying below this 152.50. I did get into Roku Friday, managed to sell 152.50 and 155 call spread. So I want it to stay below the 152.50, and as you can see, it's right at the 200 moving average. It closed at 147.14 Friday, and I think it's got range down to 140. Okay, so that's one to watch. Looking at that one as a bearish move, and then the third bearish one I have is PSX. PSX, obviously here, also on another downtrend, and it's below the 50 and the 200 moving average. So looking at this to have a resistance at maybe at 63 with range down to 59. Okay, so those are my three bearish plays this week. Now let's take a look at Tesla and Apple. A lot of people have been asking me about these two. So Tesla just doesn't want to give up, and I think a lot of people are playing this going up into the split, the stock split. I'm kind of cautious here. I'm watching this ride the top of the Keltner channel, and it's at a critical point here where Friday, I think a lot of people took profit before close. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I don't know. You know, this is not something that I can see coming down in the short term. So we might be grinding higher. I don't know. I think it wants to maybe regain 2100. If it breaks 2100 and keeps going up, then I would be surprised if it starts to move towards 2200. But it does have some range to come back down into the 1890, 1900 level if there's a big sell-off. But I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen. I know a lot of people are short this, and that people shorting it's going to create some artificial buying when they have to cover, especially if there's a short squeeze pushing that up. Okay, so I'm going to watch it for very short momentum. I don't even think I can get into this week to week because it's so unpredictable. And then Apple is very similar, but Apple is well above the top of the Keltner channel. And, you know, I don't know if I really want to get into this unless it comes back to the 490 level. So when it comes back to the 490 level, it can maybe drop down, or it can just bounce off and go up. So I can't really tell you either. This is another one where a lot of people are thinking this is potentially overvalued and maybe shorting it and making this into another short squeeze over the next week. So both of those will have some pretty big movement. I won't be doing any week to week. If I do anything, it'll be scalping intraday. All right. So that's it for this week's watch list. Good luck in this upcoming week, and hopefully everyone stays green. Talk to you Friday.